When I was first exposed to this idea of the diagonal strength that we can get through some poses like bird dog, all of a sudden my attitude changed. I was never a big fan of bird dog pose, but in this very short practice, we'll start supine to do an upside down bird dog pose and then go to the more traditional bird dog pose as a way to gain diagonal strength. Let's begin. So let's start by lying down on our back. We'll do bird dog pose on our back. And I think as you lie on your back with your knees bent and with your knees right over your pelvis, once where our spine is supported, it seems to me like I get so much more support in this version of bird dog because I tend to just let my belly hang. So if I get like a blueprint of the optimal alignment by lying down, so as if I'm in all fours position, but I'm upside down, right, with my hands. Instead of your hands as if they're pressing on the mat, let's draw a little bit more attention to the upper arms by making fists. Just do that once. And now spread your fingers again. Notice now your upper arms in the spread finger position. And now notice the upper arms as you make a fist. Do you notice how when you draw in from your fist to the shoulders, you get a little bit more tone to the arm? And if that's not the case with you, then forget it. You don't have to do that. But for me, I really feel this upper arm strength. So try to keep your knees right over your pelvis and your shins roughly parallel. If they come out of parallel, that's fine. But take your right arm over your head and take your left leg out so the left leg is straight and just slightly over the mat, just slightly elevated over the mat. And take your arm back and take your knee back. And again, take your right arm back, take your left leg out, just like bird dog, and reach your right arm back up and take the knee in. And last time, take your right arm over your head, take your left leg out. So obviously, we're working a little bit on anterior strength now. Draw your right arm back and your left leg in. Just pause here, release your feet to the floor. Pause just slightly with your feet down, with your elbows planted. We're not lifting our pelvis up, we're just getting a nice elongation or a nice fullness in the upper chest as we press your elbows down. As you press the elbows down, press your head back so you get a nice curve in the cervical spine. Before doing the same thing, that action was just to tune in to the natural curves of the spine. So as you take your feet up again, see if you can kind of keep that remembrance of the natural curves. Take your hands up, and again, the fingers can be spread, or you can be making fists if you feel a little bit more engagement in that way. Now, do the opposite. Take your left arm over your head, reach your right leg straight, and take your left hand back and with the knee bent, place the right knee back to its original position. We'll do that two more times. Take your left arm over your head, reach your right leg straight and out, and take your left hand up and bend your knee. And one more time, reach your left arm over your head, take your right leg out, and lift your left hand up and Take your right knee in. Very good. Again, place your feet down. Place your elbows down with your palms facing each other as if you're going into a nice bridge pose here. Just pause with your pelvis down so that once again you kind of tune in to this posture where the heads of the arm bones are drawing back. You're getting this nice lift of the chest. All right. And we'll do this one more cycle now that you get the hang of it as we go a little bit faster. Take your knees right over your pelvis so your feet lifted. Take your hands reaching up toward the sky. And in the same way that we did, take your right arm over your head, reach your left leg out, and pull it back. And again, reach your right arm over your head, left leg out and come back. And one more time. Right arm over the head, left leg out, and come back. Release your feet down, release your elbows down. Just get a nice lift of the heart, nice engagement of the hands as you press the heads of the arm bones back. You draw from your feet toward your pelvis, so you even engage your hamstrings nicely so that you get this nice, again, this blueprint, how the body really needs to, the spine really needs to kind of languish in its natural curves. So take your feet up off the floor. Again, take your hands to reach up toward the sky with your hands in either a spread finger position or fist. Reach your left arm over your head, your right leg down and back. And again, reach your arm over your head, your leg straight, and back. And one more time, reach your arm over your head, your leg reaches out and back. And same thing, press your elbows down with your feet planted, with your feet pulling in toward your pelvis so the backs of the legs get really engaged, even as you just kind of enjoy what feels like the natural flow of prana, the natural energy flow of the body. Allow your breath to just kind of flow very easily here now that you find the natural alignment. Now come over to all fours position. And now that you've got a good idea of what's going on in um, bird dog pose on your back, now we can do the traditional bird dog pose. So reach your right arm forward, your left leg back, and just pause there. Release your hand down and your knee down. Do that two more times. The right arm reaches out alongside your ear, the left leg reaches out just to get this nice alignment. Maybe you, like I, have this kind of feeling like the belly is sagging on this. Place the hand down, the knee down. So draw from the low ribs back. One more time, reach your right arm out, your left leg back. See if you can keep that strong anterior strength in this action. Take your right hand down, your left knee down. And let's come to the opposite side in just a moment. First, have your forearms down. With your forearms down, reach your legs straight back to come to a plank position. Now, in this plank position on your forearms, the pelvis likes to lift. So draw your pelvis down as if you're trying to reach your heart forward, your crown of your head forward. Hold that so that we can engage this nice anterior strength even more fully. Take your knees down, place your hands, and once again, come to that bird dog pose. So as you reach your left arm forward, reach your right leg back, and take the hand and the knee down. And again, reach your left arm forward, your right leg back. Pause and see again if you can get A little bit more interior strength. Release your hand down and your knee down. And one more time, reach your left arm forward, your right leg back. Pause there. Release your hand down. Come to your forearms again. On your forearms, you can reach your legs back to come to this plank position. And this plank position again, see if you can draw the pelvis down slightly from where it wants to be. Draw your heart forward, reach the crown of your head forward, take your knees down, come up to all fours position again. And one more round of bird dog pose where we reach the right arm forward, the left leg back. Make a fist with your right hand, hug in, draw the elbow to the knee, reach out again, spread your fingers, and hug in, bend your elbow to draw into your knee, reach out again, and one more time, hug in to expand out. Release your hand down, release your knee down, come to the opposite side. So reach your left arm forward, reach your right leg back, make a fist as you hug in. You get the back body really full. Reach out again. Hug in. Reach out. Hug in. Reach out. And hug in to reach out. Release your hand down and step your hands one giant step forward with your toes tucked under. Draw your pelvis back, and as you draw your pelvis back, the heels may want to separate further away from each other, so hug your heels in. Your choice, you can stay here or lift yourself to downward facing dog. So whatever pose you're in, just pause in that pose. Feel free to stay in downward facing dog or take a rest or go on to a more vigorous practice. Thank you so much for this exploration, this bird dog intensive. Namaste.